Hey guys, it's Colorado Dave here doing another knife review. I'm saying review, this is more of an overview. I'm very new to all this, so I'm just kind of taking a few knives out of my collection and sharing them with you guys casually, not doing any real specific specs on this and really breaking down all the elements of the knife. I'm just kind of giving you an overview of some of the knives I have here in the next couple weeks and gonna put some videos out there for you guys to look at and then probably come back and fine tune some of them and maybe do some more full-blown videos on them, especially the ones that are maybe getting some hits and are a little bit more popular. That's the thought at this point anyway. That could change as soon as an hour from now, but that's kind of the direction I'm going with it. Again, I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun online with you guys. Love my knives, love the world of. Didn't get into it really serious until like the last year and a half, but you know, I've enjoyed pocket knives throughout my life, and I'm a culinary guy by trade, so I've got a pretty good kitchen knife collection as well that we'll talk about at another time, but I do like to play in the kitchen with knives as well. I'm a camper. I like to camp. Took the last year and actually got a teardrop camper and went out and explored the U.S. here a little bit, doing some extensive boondocking and you know, cooking out in nature and camping and hiking, and I even picked up some throwing knives that I learned how to throw and just had a lot of fun. I love knives. I like the people that I've met in this world since I've gotten involved, and decided I'm going to give it a shot and put a channel up and just put an Instagram up a couple weeks ago. I started this yesterday and decided I wanted to kind of show a little bit of my collection and maybe make some new friends out there in the knife community and see where it takes me. But again, it's just a fun hobby for me, and I actually just sold my first knife like a couple days ago to a really nice guy that I met online through another site that I was listening to a live cast on. So again, just kind of meeting some nice people, and my knife collection is growing. So I am in a position maybe to let go of a couple. So, you know, if that opportunity comes, maybe I'll start doing that a little bit as well, as I want to keep feeding the fire with some new knives that are coming out as well. I don't have unlimited resources, so you know, I do need to sell knives to get more. So I'm playing that game a little bit, probably like a lot of you are. But again, I am very much excited to be in the game and to just share what I do have and the knowledge I'm starting to learn. Again, most of the knowledge I've picked up is on YouTube from you guys. So hopefully I'm not going to bore you with what I'm doing, and I'm not repeating too much of what everybody else is doing. But like I said, I want to get my collection out there first, show you a little bit of what I have, and then from there, possibly take it more into you know, doing some different features on some different things with cooking with knives in the kitchen, cooking and camping. I'm gonna put a lot of different spins on it. I'm a big skier. I do take knives up with me up to the mountains to go skiing. May get a couple good photo shots up there for my Instagram site. Like I said, I just want to have fun with it. I love knives, and I love the community as I'm learning it. And the people that I've learned in the community have been really kind, and just want to keep going with it. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing this year in 2021. Is kind of one of my New Year resolutions, is to just kind of get myself more exposed in the world of, as I'm enjoying it and enjoying the people in it. So anyway, enough rambling on that. Let's talk a little bit about the ZT here in front of us, which is the 0562, and this is the Thai version, the titanium, full titanium. I will tell you right off the bat, this is one of my all-time favorite knives. I love this knife. It was definitely my introduction to Rick Hinder as well as to ZT. This was my very first ZT knife, and it was also my first introduction to Rick Hinder. So to me, that's pretty darn cool. One of the influences that I had online from you guys in this world would probably be Metal Complex. Thank you very much. I know you're a huge Hinder fan. I've watched a lot of your videos and watched a lot of your channel, and thank you for all your efforts. I can see how much goes into this, and it's appreciated. But anyway, in that breath, when I do think of ZT and I do think of Hinder, you do come to mind. So anyway, I did finally pull the trigger about a year ago, bought my first ZT, which is this one here, and now I think I'm up to 6 or 7 of them. I just recently got the new 0308, the one with the tiger stripe all blacked out, which I love as well. I do like bigger knives, so I really like that knife as well. But this right here is probably my favorite ZT, as well as one of my favorite knives in my collection. I really like it that much. I believe it's a great EDC knife if you want kind of a semi-harder user EDC knife. What I would recommend if you're going to make it an everyday EDC knife is I would recommend that you, put a fresh edge on the blade. When it came to me, it didn't come in. I didn't measure it, but from what I've seen on other videos and people talking about this knife, the edge comes in usually around, 22 thousandths to 25 thousandths. And I took it down. I put a mirror edge on this thing, my edge. I did it with my KME, which I will be doing some sharpening videos probably down the road as well. But I love the system. And I put about I think it's like a 1700s edge on this, or 1800s edge on this, and it's perfect. Put a nice mirror edge on it. I've had this edge on here now for probably about a month and have not had to resharpen it. I've stropped it a couple times, and this thing just slices beautifully. I guess from what I understand, this is the Hinder slicer blade, and that's the shape of the blade. And I like it a lot. I like the fact that you have the stonewash on the where the ZT is up here. You got that nice stonewash look, and yet you have the satin showing the grind marks of the blade on the actual blade. I've used this knife quite a bit, and it's still in great shape. It's not scratched up. It's really in very, very good shape. Right now I see a few surface scratches, but those aren't scratches. Those are just smudges. It's a little dirty. Sorry, I should clean it up, guys, but maybe I'll even take a cloth right now. Let's see what I got around. We'll clean it up like that. Let's just give it a little wipe. But anyway, that's the clip on this one. I do like, it's a deep carry clip. I don't always have to have a deep carry clip. This particular one works great with this knife. It's nice to not have to think about going out and getting another clip. It seems like a lot of the nice knives out there, even though you can spend a lot of money on them, the clips aren't always what you expect them to be, and you're out there getting a second aftermarket clip, which to me, it just seems like an unnecessary expense if you can avoid it. But anyway, that's me being cheap, but that's where I'm at. This is a great clip. I don't think it needs anything. I like the fact that it's not over advertised. It doesn't have the ZT written all over it like a lot of them do. I don't necessarily like that on the clip, as I don't like it hanging out of my pocket and showing everybody that I got a knife in my pocket. Not that I care that much, to be honest, but I also don't feel like I need to advertise for ZT. Just personal opinion. I think it's fine on the blade. I actually like it on the blade. I think it looks great. I'm not against it by any means. I love ZT. The actual blade itself, let's talk about here. As you can see, it says Hinder Design. Again, my lighting I know is probably not great on this. Hopefully you can see it the way I'm presenting it to you, as I'm still learning how to do this. But it does say right there, it's a Hinder Design. It is the CPM 20CV, which seems to be their steel of choice for most of their knives now, which is a great steel, as most of you know, comparable to M390. Great steel, great steel. Like I said, it's sharpened up really nice. It is a harder steel, so you got to be a little patient with it when you're sharpening it up, but it puts a great edge on there and it retains it excellently. I thought about doing some anodizing to this and customizing it just to make it a little more unique, but the more I've used it and the more it's been in my pocket, it's just a great tool. I think the best way to describe this knife is it really is a great EDC tool to have on you as a daily carry. Like I said, I'm comfortable picking it up. It's not one that I feel I need to baby. It's strong, it's reliable, it's metal on metal. Sounds beautiful. I mean, the way that they've hollowed out the titanium and the way that they've milled it out on the inside, listen to this. The sound and closing. It's just awesome. There's very few knives that I've handled, and I can honestly say in the last year I've handled quite a few knives that sound this good and feel this awesome in hand. This knife right now, I would say, is definitely in my top 5. And that's a big statement because I love my knives and I'm very particular. And this is definitely one of my faves. I really, really, really enjoy this knife a lot and highly, highly recommend it to anybody that has not gone into ZT and feels like they want to have a ZT knife, something that's maybe a little bigger, a little bit more durable. This is a great, great place to start. I highly recommend it because you're going to get that real ZT feel. I'll show you another example. Let me put this down for 1 minute. I just happen to have it right here on the side. But here's my new one I just got, which is the 03 08, which I love as well. But you can just see the size difference. It's a bigger knife. And I wouldn't recommend this for a first timer going into ZT because I just think it's a little too big. For me, I think it's awesome. I mean, look at the action on that. This is right out of the box. It's just beautiful. Love it. But anyway, we're not talking about that knife today. Let's go back to this. But the reason I bring it out is that's another great example of a hardcore old school ZT knife. That's why I bought it. It's going to stay in my collection, I'm sure, because I like it. I think it's got a classic ZT look and feel to it. But again, not for everybody. This one, I believe, could be for anybody that wants to carry a good, strong EDC knife that will last them for pretty much the rest of their life. This knife will definitely get the job done. The one negative, if I'm going to say anything negative about this knife, would be the pivot, which I know other people have commented on as well. If you look at both sides of the pivot here, it is a loose pivot in the sense that it doesn't lock in on one side. So when you're loosening it up, you do have to use on the torque. You got to use 2 torques to open it and to close it properly, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Not a huge deal, but it would be nicer if that would have been laid into the frame differently to where you didn't have to have 2 torques to open it up. But just FYI on that. Again, not a huge deal, but something to be aware of. Like I said, the milling on this thing is phenomenal. I know there's a lot of videos out there that show the milling and have this knife broken down. I may do that at another time. I haven't yet. I don't know if you can see any of that. I'm going to try to show it to you here a little bit. I don't know if you can see any of that or not, but we're going to make an effort. Let's try it that way. I think you might see it a little better. Again, it's more on the show side. You can see that it's totally milled out. Again, I don't think I'm doing a good job of this. Like I said, I'm new, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So anyway, that's the ZT, and that's the 0652, and that's the TI version, which is definitely the version I would recommend just on the sheer sound and the feel of it in hand. It's phenomenal. I've not had or owned the other version in the carbon fiber, but I can tell you from watching other videos, I just don't like the sound as much, and so I'm speculating that this is the one for me. I have no desire to go out there and get the carbon fiber version. I'm very satisfied with this knife, and it will be in my collection for a long time to come. And again, guys, I know I babbled on this one. I'm learning. Hopefully you guys got something out of this, and if there's something you want to see me do that I'm not doing, or there's something you like that I'm doing, please comment on it, because I'm learning. This is all brand new to me, so feel free. I'm a sponge just trying to take it all in, okay, guys? But thanks for your time and your patience with me and giving me the opportunity to at least start putting these videos out there. But please do stay with me and give me a chance, all right? Look forward to talking to you guys. Feel free to make comments. I will follow up with you. Thanks again for your time.